featuring Super Bowl 60, which is tomorrow. Here's a quick look at what is at stake for both teams. The Seahawks looking for their second Super Bowl title. They beat the Broncos back in Super Bowl 48. They lost their most recent Super Bowl appearance the following year to that man, Malcolm, go, the Patriots, who are going for their 7th Lombardi. If they get it, they would break a tie with the Steelers for most Super Bowl wins all time. Sam Darnold not only trying to win a Super Bowl, but he's also looking for his first win against the Patriots. 0-4 as a starter against New England, throwing just 1 touchdown against 9 interceptions in those 4 contests. And Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel trying to add a Super Bowl title to the Coach of the Year award he won earlier this week. The last coach to win both in the same season. Oh, look at this. This is rich. Bill Belichick, 2003.
Super Bowl 60 just a day away, and Drake May is ready to go. Drake May's shoulder is ready to go. Sam Darnold, champion at the bit. We are ready to roll, and so are the reporters. Let's huddle up with both teams, starting with Sal Paolantonio.
Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel, Coach of the Year in the NFL, said Friday's practice was all about tempo. He said they'll spend the next 24 hours fine-tuning things and getting the players mentally and physically ready to play in Super Bowl 60. But he said he also wants his players to spend some time reconnecting with family and friends in the team hotel behind me. He said that's very important. And that's why this team is loose, the way Vrabel coaches and communicates. And they're confident because they got their quarterback back. Drake May, a full participant in practice Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Today, they'll spend some time in meetings here in the team hotel. Then they will have a walkthrough of the full game plan and then depart for Stanford University for a team photo.
Seahawks head coach Mike Macdonald has been preaching to his players all week to stay loose and to stay focused, and that is so far exactly what he has seen. And perhaps equally important, they have also stayed healthy. Even safety Nicky Manwari, who rolled his ankle on Wednesday, was a full participant in Friday's practice and will not carry an injury designation. Now, after an injury scare that made some wonder if the star rookie would be available for the game, Macdonald joked after practice, turns out he's alive. Macdonald called it a normal Friday practice as the team has tried to keep the same cadence as a normal week. He said players would spend time with family on Friday evening and refocus Saturday for final prep. Loose and focused, just as Macdonald wants.
Coach Herm Edwards has lived the life of a player on the eve of playing in their first Super Bowl. So we have to ask you, what are you telling members of both of these teams the night before the biggest game of their life?
Well, they'll realize the first 5 minutes are critical in this game because of nerves. And you can do all the talking you want, and you can say this or that, but once you walk on the field and they kick the ball off, when you walk out there, I'll be quite honest, you can't feel your legs.
Feels different. Why?
It's the biggest game you ever played in a
Pressure
professional football player, right? Yeah,
all
it's just
talk.
all the noise. But you just like, you realize, this is a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's a big game.
All your family's there.
Oh,
30, 40 tickets deep.
it's unique. It's a uniqueness if you've never played in that game. It's one, and you got to remember, you might not ever get back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it happens to so many athletes, right? So many players, they think they're going to get there early in their career. They think they're going to get back, and then suddenly they're just, it's one and done, and it flies by. In your opinion, as for the game itself, between the lines, what could give New England an advantage?
Special teams. Marcus Jones.
Good
punt returner. There'll be some punts. Both these teams play excellent defense. He's run 2 touchdowns back already this season. He has 6 returns for over 20 yards. So this is field position. This is a guy that when he gets the ball in his hand, you got to get him on the grass. You got to get him on the grass because he can make big plays. Field position is going to be critical early in this football game, and punts could be the big deal in this game.
Both teams are pretty sound in special teams.
Yeah. They have one in Seattle, too.
Yeah, Rashid Shaheed can bring it back.
He's a good return man as well.
That's right.
And we lose sight of all that as we talk about offense, defense. Special teams are big in these games.
You get the feeling something weird is going to break, and that's going to help decide this. More from Herm Edwards throughout the show, 1 day away from Super Bowl 60.
I just want to point out, Randy Scott looks like he sells season ticket packages for the Seattle Seahawks.
I just sell joy.
Journalism, man, come on.
I just said tomorrow I'm going to dress like Pat the Patriot.
Okay.
It's equal time. 1 day away from Super Bowl 60. It's as good a time as any to spotlight this dominant Seattle defense.
Really?
Well, Gary, while it's not the Legion of Boom that we all remember, this version already has a nickname.
And nicknames are like religious or political opinions. Don't force them and keep them short, just like this lead.
How you doing? What's happening, fellas?
So, you allowed the fewest points of any team in football. That's kind of been a Seattle standard.
This Seahawks defense is really on top of it.
That's kind of carrying a torch and what people are used to, except you guys are doing it differently.
Yeah, I mean, I would say we definitely created our own identity, and we've been talking about it, but actions speak louder than words. We're not a big, boisterous team, but we're out there talking with our pads. We're talking with the way we run to the ball. And I think we play with a certain style, like our hair's on fire.
The snap to Purdy, who stopped. He gets this. He goes down. And it is Leo Williams.
Tell me all in your own words about the dark side and how it came, but tell me how that all came about.
I think last year, we started, mentioning the death zone a lot. We came into this year and we were like, man, what does thrive, in the death zone, and that's the true darkness. And I think that's what our defense comes out and we just try to go out there each weekend. Like they said, cut the lights off.
Ball is intercepted, and it is Jones.
I think respectfully, a lot of people talk about Legion of Boom here, but I think over time, people started recognizing us as a great defense as well, but they would always make comparisons to Legion of Boom, and I think it got to a point late in the season where we're like, hey man, I think it's about time we deserve our own name or our own identity. We kind of narrowed it down to the dark side.
Well, let's just go back to August. What did you hear for the first time out of Coach?
I mean, his message was really, clear. Through, not around, chasing edges, those things. 12 is 1, so, just coming here, understanding the type of, guys that I was gonna be around. Once that confidence and communication clicked, I know it's gonna be something special.
We said we're gonna come in here with one mission, and that's go home, fly across the country with a dub.
I think one of the things that we've done that you kind of just like luck into as like a new coach is like, look, we don't have all the answers from the onset. So let's give them some, let some things breathe here, and things happen organically,
right,
where it comes from the players, and that ends up being more powerful.
How do they exemplify what you were hoping to see?
We said we wanted to be tough and connected. It's their defense. They've taken ownership of it. It's their personality.
Do you like the nickname, the dark side? They gave it to themselves.
Yeah, they did. They're living up to it right now, so I'm happy with it.
Men, you are NFC West champions!
Pretend I'm the quarterback. Okay, you're looking at me.
Yep.
I'm kind of looking at you, but I'm trying to look away, right?
Yeah, that's what they do.
Are you looking at some point, Ernest, at quarterback's eyes? Does that give anything away?
For me, it's always the eyes and demeanor. I'm definitely looking at the eyes, seeing if I can get a tail off.
Oh, you want us to look at you like you the quarterback?
Ooh. You know what? I just called the timeout right now.
He got a little scared right there.
And he gets to Stroud and brings him down.
Last 7 games. You playing the best defense of the year? I mean, you try to do it every game, but is this the best?
Oh, it's definitely the best, but, when that's the expectation, going in every day, week in, week out, you don't get, over prideful or, overconfident about it.
When we're in our zone, like, communication comes out easy, checks come out easy, and then when you throw the ball down, dark side is something serious, man.
That is no joke. And Leonard Williams is bigger than a Ford F-150. That dude is an absolute moose, dude. Super Bowl champ Damien Woody joins the program this morning. D-Dub, great to see you. What is the biggest factor regarding this Seattle defense that stands out to you?
Yeah, Randy, it's the fact that they don't have to commit a lot of bodies to stop the run. Seattle plays more what we call nickel and dime defense. That means 5 and 6 defensive backs than any other team in the league. And so guys like Leonard Williams, Jaron Reed, Byron Murphy, those big body guys up front, they do all the heavy lifting to stop the run, and it keeps the integrity of their defense so sound. So that's what the Patriots are going to be up against, is that they're going to have to try to run the ball against this vaunted Seattle defense.
All right, Damien, it's me, Gary. Fill in the blank. The Patriots win if what?
if they get the regular season Drake May, the guy that was running up for MVP. You know, that's the guy the Patriots need, a guy that was a multi-threat type of quarterback, but can beat you both with his deep pass and with his legs. Now, we saw the legs in the playoffs, but listen, at the end of the day, Drake May is going to have to be at his best, because when you're going up against this Seattle defense that's elite on all three levels, it's going to demand your best. So he just got to be the guy that we've seen all season long, where he's been exploiting the deep pass, using his legs, being the playmaker that he is at the quarterback position.
We're going to find out soon enough. Super Bowl 60 just 1 day away. Damien Woody joins the program this morning. D-Dub, much appreciated.
Let's talk about this for a second. No one would be surprised if the Super Bowl comes down to red zone play. We've seen that before. Seattle average to bad in red zone offense. New England all-time awful red zone defense. 4th worst of any Super Bowl team since 1978. With that, Dan, you want to make a pick?
Well, laid it on it there. Yeah. I think Seattle is the Super Bowl champion. Seattle and the LA Rams were the 2 best teams in football this year. When it comes to domination, this is a team that has outscored their opponents more than anybody in the Super Bowl, a team that has gone to the Super Bowl over the last decade. This is a phenomenal football team that has just gotten overlooked because maybe they're on the West Coast and we haven't seen them that much. They're a complete offense and a dominant defense. If they play their A game, they control the football game. I think New England's defense keeps it close, but Seattle's the better team.
You know, I'm going to go with Seattle 37-21, and I think it's rare.
High scoring points.
Without a doubt. They've been the better team all season long. And I think it's rare you see a team go from one iteration to another. Pete Carroll's iteration, the cover 3, the Legion of Boom, is now gone. John Snyder has remade this team with Mike McDonald. Now you bring in this new defense that's aggressive, that amoeba, that hybrid type defense. You have no idea where they're coming from. And an offense led by a quarterback that's a reclamation project with a superstar receiver on the outside. This is a new iteration of Seattle, and I think they've been the best team all year. You can look at a lot of different metrics. I just think they're also the more talented team. And I learned a long time ago in big games, I bet on star power. I think star power shows up. There's more star power in Seattle than there is in New England. 37-21 Seahawks.
All right, is there anything you guys want to ask me?
Do you have a pick?
Hey, thank you very much.
I wasn't
Thank you. Nobody ever asked your boy leaves.
Be a good teammate, boy. Come on.
Where's the fancy graphic? Let's update the graphic. Bam, there you go.
Oh, I love it.
I have Seattle winning 30-20, and
Tell us the why. Tell us the why.
I have the Seahawks scoring a defensive touchdown.
Okay.
And I have a defensive player scoring an offensive touchdown for New England, like Mike Vrabel. Scored 2 touchdowns in Super Bowls. He's going to try to get one of his guys.
I was with you up until that last point.
All right, so we're close. We're
Not really. Not really.
We all got Seattle. We're in a bottom line business. SportsCenter's coverage, Super Bowl 60. Rolling on. San Francisco and Santa Clara.
What makes Super Bowl squares a staple at every Super Bowl party? It's just a simple 10x10 grid with random numbers. But as we all know, it's so much more. With every safety, every pick six, every kick return.
Come and play my game.
Every single scoring play, someone new is sitting on a winning square. And history tells us some squares are better than others. 00 isn't just Mr. Blutarski's GPA, it's the best square on the board. 00 has hit in over 8% of quarters and a staggering 25% of first quarters. One of those being the first quarter of Seahawks Patriots back in Super Bowl 49. 0, 1, 4, and 7 are the best numbers to have at the end of the game. At least one of those numbers has been a part of the final score in 81% of Super Bowls. The square with 4 and 7 has hit a record 5 times. But that hasn't happened since the Giants upset the undefeated Patriots 17-14 18 years ago. The numbers you typically want to avoid, 2 and 5. Those numbers have hit the fewest times over the years. However, a 2 or a 5 has hit in the last 3 Super Bowls. including an improbable final score of 25-22 when the Chiefs walked off against the 49ers in Super Bowl 58. So here's the lesson. Whether you love your numbers or absolutely hate them, every single play can change your fate. Because on the biggest day in football, the smallest box can be the biggest winner.
If I'm hosting a Super Bowl party, it's essential to have an eclectic mix. McCaffrey protein bites. Number one is wings.
You gotta have sliders, bras.
I'm a bone-in ribeye guy. Wings. McCaffrey's Rocky Mountain mustard.
The sushi station.
Like nigiri kind of style.
Nachos. Every chip and dip that you can think of.
Some good red meat and a couple cold ones.
My personal favorite is the spicy brown. Check those out.
All right, we say good morning to Herm Edwards.
Yes, sir.
Listening to all the food choices,
Yeah.
what's your go-to for the Super
It's
Bowl?
definitely not mac and cheese.
Oh, here we go with not the mac and cheese.
We're not even thinking about it. We're not considering it, Jay.
Why
wings and pizza.
Wings and pizza.
Wings and pizza.
Any particular kind of wings and a particular kind of pizza?
Gotta be, it got barbecue wings.
Mac and cheese wings.
It ain't mac and cheese nothing. It ain't even coming in my house. Don't even bring it around. I don't want no mac. Get mac and cheese up out of here.
Okay. Your partner's joining us, Damien Woody.
Well, he's a mac and cheese guy. It's probably the first thing he's gonna have. He a lineman. They love mac and cheese.
You best believe I'm gonna have mac and cheese.
See, I knew it. You can tell. You can just look at him. You can tell. Damien Woody, great player, mac and cheese eater. Ain't no doubt about it.
Other than the mac and cheese, Mr. Woody, what's your go-to for the Super Bowl?
Oh, you got to have wings, man. Plenty of wings. Like, got to have the wings and different variety of wings. Okay, got some potato skins, and man, that's what we starting at, and then we're gonna keep it moving.
Okay.
You didn't ask about beverages though.
Okay, what do you want to drink?
Well, I don't drink. You got to have Kool-Aid, and it got to be red.
He said Kool-Aid.
Better be Kool-Aid now, and it better be red Kool-Aid too, with a lot of sugar. With a lot of sugar. That's what I do know.
You with that, Damien, or you want something else?
No, listen, I don't mind grape Kool-Aid, but I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that for Super Bowl Sunday. I'm stepping it up a little bit.
To what?
We can't tell you secrets.
I want to know.
Yeah, Jay, you trying to get all in my business
I'm a
right
journalist.
now.
I'm asking probing questions. I want to know.
Hey, he's one of them highfalutin guys, is Jay Harris. You know, he having a little bit of that cognac.
Damien, you played in and won 2 Super Bowls, right? How would you describe what the big day is like for these players as they're getting ready?
Yeah, man. Listen, the hay is in the barn from a physicality standpoint. There's no more practices or anything like that. Now you're just envisioning what that moment's going to be like. You know, you've been practicing and having meetings all year long, and here you are. You're on the precipice about to be in an elite company. So that was my focus both those times. Is, man, I'm about to be in an elite fraternity of players that's been in the National Football League.
Mr. Edwards, Super Bowl 15 for you.
Nightmare.
Yes, well, unfortunately.
When the game was over.
When the game was over.
But it's the longest day of your life, the Saturday before the game, because basically everything's done. You're kind of sitting around the hotel, you're kind of waiting. You don't want any phone calls. You're just sitting there thinking, reliving, what it's going to feel like. Because if you've never played in one, you're trying to wonder what it's going to feel like when we walk out in the stadium. And you walk out there, and the first thing you realize, you don't feel your legs. It's like, man, okay, Playing a lot of games, you're kind of nervous. You're shaking your legs. Saying, well, okay. But it's quite an atmosphere. There's no doubt about that.
No phone calls?
No phone calls. Don't call me.
Y'all had
we had phones. There were no cell phones back in my
then?
day. No cell phones.
Making sure. Super Bowl 15. Black and white video?
Yeah, not high definition. You're correct. That's Super Bowl 15. The Super Bowl 60 right now.
Yes, it is.
There's some time between them two, Jay.
A little bit of time.
That's just a little bit of time.
Herm Edwards, Damien Woody. Thank you, Jets.
Yeah.